What's up? It is the Wolf, and I am back at it again with another video here at Baltimore Comic-Con 2019 with the wonderful. Please tell the people who you are.
Hi, I'm David Pepose. I'm the writer of Spencer and Locke, Spencer and Locke 2, and Going to the Chapel at Action Lab Comics.
Awesome. So what brought me over here was the giant cat. Can you start with Spencer and Locke and what it's about?
Spencer and Locke is what if Calvin and Hobbes grew up in Sin City. It's about a hard-boiled detective whose partner's his childhood imaginary friend. I say it's a little True Detective, it's a little Fight Club, and it's 100% a love letter to classic Bill Watterson strips. So yes, if you're asking about our cat, his name is Spencer. He's a 7-foot-tall imaginary panther who only lives in the brain of his best friend, hard-boiled detective Locke. It's our series. It's super fun. It's super dark. It's super action-packed. It's very much about childhood trauma and mental illness, and the lengths your mind will go to protect itself from harm. Yeah, it's a super fun series, and yeah, people have really liked it. We were nominated for 5 Ringo Awards last year, including for Best Series and Best Writer. Yes, I hope the judges weren't all wrong on that.
Awesome. Well, this definitely sounds like it's up my alley with trauma and childhood hardships.
You'll love it.
But I see you have another comic here called Going to the Chapel.
Yeah.
What is that one about?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Going to the Chapel is it's Die Hard meets Wedding Crashers. It's about a gang of bank robbers that thinks robbing rich people's weddings would be easier than robbing banks, and finding out just how wrong they are. It's like if Quentin Tarantino had a baby with Arrested Development and then chose to bring that baby to a wedding. We were very fortunate that comedian Patton Oswalt actually took an interest in our book. He gave us a rave review on Twitter when our first issue came out, and yeah, the reception, no pun intended, for this book has been amazing. People have really enjoyed it, and yeah, our second issue hits comic shops everywhere Wednesday, October 23rd, followed by issue 3 coming out Wednesday, November 6th. It's a super fun book. It's about Emily Anderson, a wealthy bride grappling with cold feet, but before she can say anything, her wedding is taken over by a group of bank robbers known as the Bad Elvis Gang. So Emily's going to have to wind up becoming the ringleader of her own hostage situation, not only to get out in one piece, but to figure out where her own happily ever after lies. I thought that rom-coms got a bad rap, and so I wanted to write one that I thought everybody could enjoy.
Well, it sounds like a badass rom-com, so I'm definitely going to have to grab me a copy. I'm looking forward to actually checking both of these out. Where, if somebody wanted to follow you and keep up with your comics, where can they find you?
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'm at Pepose D. It's my last name and first initial. You can also subscribe to my new newsletter, Pep Talks. It's bit.ly/pepnews. You can follow Spencer and Locke on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It's all spelled out, just one word. And Go to the Chapel on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Awesome. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for talking with me and my community. All right.
Thanks so much for having me.
Of course. Okay.